So now let's talk about the loft feature. Now using loft feature, we can use several different sketches and connect them to create a 3D solid. Right now, I'll use all of these circles to create a flower vase. So I'll go to feature and I'll select lofted boss base from here. And now I'll start selecting these circles in this order. So I'll start with this one, and I'll select this circle, then this one, and finally this one, and it will connect all of these circles to create this kind of flower vase. Now when you click on these circles or any of the geometry, SolidWorks will add connectors right where you are clicking. So these are the points which are actually the connectors, these green dots, and SolidWorks will kind of connect all of these things exactly where you are clicking. Now if you don't want that, you can click on different location. For example, I'll go to lofted boss base feature again, and I'll click here for the first point, and for the second point, instead of clicking here, I will click maybe here. And as you can see, now it will create this kind of twisted profile because it is connecting it like this. Now you can also click here, and maybe finally I'll just click here. So now we have a completely twisted profile because of the way these connectors are now connecting all of these sketches. Now, if you don't see these connectors, simply right click on this loft and select this option, show all connectors. And you can also hide these connectors if you want, but in this case we do want it, so show all connectors. Now you can also move these connectors, so grab this one and move it right where it should be. So here, as you can see, we can actually move it pretty easily to the correct spot, and it looks like I just twisted it just way too far, and this looks kind of okay. So this is how you can move the connector. So I'm going to just align it along a single line, and as you can see, it is a little bit tricky to kind of align it using cursor, but you can do it nevertheless. So here we have it. Once you are satisfied, click OK, and we have this first lofted profile. Now if you don't want to select the sketches using these connectors, then you can also use these sketch tools from here. So you can directly select the sketches from here, and SolidWorks will automatically pick the right point for connecting these. So I'll go to lofted boss base again, and this time instead of clicking on these circles, I will now expand the feature tree, and I'll start selecting from sketch 1. So sketch 1, then 2, then sketch 3, and finally sketch 4. And in this case, it will automatically align the connectors right along a single straight line. So this is another method of kind of creating these lofts. So I'll click OK, and here we are. We've got the final lofted feature. Now you can also modify the way these loft ends are connected. So right now it will just follow the lofted profile, but if you want to give it different shapes right where these things are connecting, then again you can modify this loft. So I'll just select this loft instead of creating a new one, and now I'll just select edit feature. Alright, now here we have a thing called start end constraints. Just expand this, and this will let you change the way these lofts are connected at the starting point and end point. So I'll start with the start constraint, and that's going to affect the way this loft is connected at this starting cross section. So right now it is set to default. I'll just select normal to profile, and now it will automatically just make a lofted shape which is normal to the profile. So this is the profile. It will try to keep it normal to this profile. So this is what we are going to get. Now in this case, it is not completely normal because of this angle. So it is already using an angle of 29 degrees with respect to normal. So I'll make it 0. And now it is perfectly normal, which is at 90 degrees to the starting cross section. So this is what it is going to do if you select normal to the starting profile. Now in a similar way, you can change the end profile. So I'll go to this end constraint and I'll make it normal to profile. And here also, it will make it perpendicular to this. So this is how you can just change its shape, but I don't want it. So for the end profile, I'll keep it default at defaults, and here maybe let's now use this direction vector. So not only this normal profile, but you can also use this direction vector, but it has a problem. This will add the direction vector only along this line, so you'll get kind of a twisted profile. Let me show you what I mean. So I'll go to start constraint, and I'll select direction vector, and I'll select this one. Now as you can see, it is just aligning this lofted feature along this direction. So not only from this side but also from this side it is going to align it, so which is not going to create the shape that we want. But for some reason, if you want this kind of shape, you can of course use this direction vector. And also you can add an angle. So when you add an angle here, SolidWorks will deviate from that direction vector and will add that angle right here. So whatever angle you want, you can just add it here. Now in this case, I don't want direction vector, and instead I just want normal to profile. So I'll select that, and in angle I'll just choose 0° angle here so that it actually remains at 90 degrees. And here we have the final flower vase. So click OK and we are done. So we've got our lofted profile.